And welcome to another Tuesday Night Watch Talk. I am your host, Bobby Legs, joined by esteemed fellow watch enthusiasts, very popular enthusiasts on the stream. Everybody is always asking, when are you going to have Wolfgang back on? When are you going to have Dib back on? And I produce for you guys. Wolfie, how are you? What's going
Good,
on?
good, good. All
Long
good.
time no see. Yeah,
Yeah, just got back to the US, met
yeah,
you guys
yeah,
in New
yeah.
York.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that shortly.
On the
Um,
wrist, I borrowed
yeah,
from the wife,
yeah,
the dragon.
the dragon. Very, very nice. Very nice. I okay. So I said we're gonna wait and we're gonna talk about watch time New York and whatnot. But I have to quickly interject that Katie was wearing that
Yeah,
when we first got to watch time on Saturday, and I got the honor of trying it on. And man, wow, that bracelet is awesome. It
it's
really,
good.
it really is.
Right?
Now it's a little smaller than I thought the watch head itself, right?
Yeah,
A little small, but I mean like not bad. Just a little bit smaller than I thought it would be. But wow, what a great! It just felt
yeah.
beautiful on wrist. Love
It's
it.
yeah, it's a stunner.
Yeah. Dib.
Hello.
I also met you in person on Saturday. How are you,
Mhm.
my friend?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Got some inspiration from watch time.
Yeah.
Found that I'm poorer and cheaper than most of the people collecting watches.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we're
All
gonna
in
get into
all,
that.
good trip.
Yeah. Absolutely. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. What do you have on wrist? What do you got on wrist
So
today?
I have the Grand Seiko SB GP015 on its way out.
Yeah.
Wearing it in honor of
Okay.
that. I
Okay.
think I'll post it up for sale pretty soon.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I am wearing something that I picked up on Saturday at Wind Up, and that is the Formex Reef GMT. I've been eyeing these for a while now, and I saw it, and your boy Beans was working, the Beans and Bezels was working behind the tables there with um, Formex, and
Mm-hmm.
he had oh, if not this same exact combination, something very, very close. Maybe the tip of the GMT hand was red. I could be wrong, but this same configuration on rubber, which wasn't considering, and the steel bezel, which I wasn't considering either. I was considering the Batman, and I did get that Batman bezel. These bezels can pop off. Um, I wouldn't say fairly easily, but they're meant to pop off and go back and forth and switch off. But I was super impressed. He sold me on it, and I came away with it. So I'm very, very happy with this one. A fun watch. I've been wearing it since. Been wearing it since Saturday. Um, let's say hello to chat, and then I want to get into uh, the scene at Watch Time and Wind Up for those who haven't been there. Um, had a great time there. Chaz is here from the Berg. How are you, Chaz? Bill K is here. Guys, let us know what you're wearing on wrist. Wolfgang is in the house. Yes, sir. Peter C is here. Wilson is here. Hamilton Juan. All right. Hamilton Juan, never seen you before, but welcome. Hello from Miami. Uh, James Duffy. Dan is here. How you doing, Dan? Deech is here. What's up, Deech? Ep is here. Hobby Bobby. Arbitrary Al is here. Steve Hill is here. Paul. Also met Paul over the weekend in New York City. Good to see you, buddy. AZ Clayton, what's up, AZ Clayton? AJ, the real Tuesday night stream. Mez9 is here. What's up, Mez9? Hey, Mike Finney here. Also met him over the weekend as well. Had a big turnout on this. The people on this chat for the live stream, a lot of people showed up there, and it was great. It was great. Joey B was there. I mean,
But
Joey B's here.
yeah.
Sorry, he wasn't there. But have met Joey B on a get together earlier in the year. Um, Chaz is wearing his Paul side of the moon, the gray side. Thomas Burnett, what's up? Thomas Burnett, how you doing? Good to see you. Um,
Fine.
Keith
It
is
has
here. Um, BJ's here. Mr. Cassioke, what is up? Congratulations on Mr. Cassioke for picking up a watch that he's been looking for a really long time. John V is here. Hello, John. 11.505 11 E11 whatever 05. How you doing? Uh, Bobby Wolfie Dibby. There you go. Amin. With the mantra there. Scott is here. How you doing, Scott? Marcus is here. I stand with Queen Bobby Legs Targaryen against the seditious usurper. Yeah, on Tuesday night stream wars. Okay, no wars, man. Make love, no wars. Let's all have a good time. We always do. But thank you, Marcus. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Jeffrey O'Neill is here from good morning from Perth, wearing his black bait ceramic. Awesome, very nice. Wolfgang getting some love, and so is Deb. Brendan Nelson's here. How you doing, sir? Um, Marcus couldn't make it tonight. Yeah, at the symphony with his Pepsi. Very, very nice. Marcus is like a Renaissance man. He goes to he goes to Raptor games and he goes to the musicals. He's all over. Um, Hail the true-born streamer. Uh, Ken Spear checking in all the way from Pittsburgh. Bruno is here. Hey, Bruno. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Watch Chris is here. What's up, Watch Chris? Also got to meet him on Saturday at Watch Time. It was awesome. Anish is here. Hey, Anish. Hey, Chris from the Watch Time. Also got to meet Chris for the first time at Watch Time. Wow, this is awesome. This is bringing me back. That was some good times over there. Justin R is here, strapped in as usual. Hey, Wayben is here. Wayben got to meet Wayben on Saturday as well. Hey, Wayben, how are you? Junior Johnson is here. Hey, Watch Medicine, Bobby. I bend the knee to the true queen. So I'm a queen. Is that what's going on here? I'm a queen. Okay. I guess I'm the queen of the Tuesday night watch streams. Oh man. Watch Chris. So just leaving the Accutron 62nd birthday party. Oh, nice. Very nice. Um, Hamilton Juan is saying that he has a three Hamilton collection, two Steiner collection, and one Omega collection. Okay, very nice. Uh, Queen Rule Man, it's a compliment. Yeah, they do. Um, and the PAM 564 on wrist for AZ Clayton. Okay, before we get started, just a channel announcement or stream announcement. I am giving away at the end of the stream something. Yeah, absolutely. We have a couple of straps here, a couple of nylon NATO straps, a little kind of canvas strap here, and a rubber strap, 22 millimeters. I think this is 20. And if you stick around, I'll tell you how you can win. It's really easy. The announcer will be made here on the stream. So look forward to doing that at the end of the stream. Now let's get back. Let's start talking business here. Watch Time and Wind Up New York was happening or had happened this past weekend. We'll be flying in all from Europe, for this event. The Wolfgang was there, and Dib coming from where, Dib from the south coming up and meeting us up. You guys flew in on Thursday, right? You guys got there a little bit early. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dib, so you got in Thursday evening or Thursday night, is that right?
Yeah, I got on Thursday probably around 8:30 in the night. I
Mm-hmm.
was supposed to come in at 4:30, but I missed my flight. So,
Yeah.
yeah, took another flight later.
Right, right. And so then what did Friday look like for you?
Friday was
Um,
packed.
yeah.
Met up with my good friend Kevin. We visited 47th Street, hit up a
So the
couple,
ju so the jewelry district you're
yeah,
at. Yeah.
hit up a couple of boutiques. Then we went to Wind Up.
Well, hold on, slow. So what were some of the boutiques that you went? Because I think I think from what I understand, there's a particular boutique that you went to that kind of like started wetting your whistle for a specific type of watch. No?
I think we went to the Bulgari boutique,
Mm-hmm.
the the Breguet,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hublot. I'm a big
Mm-hmm.
Hublot fan.
Yeah.
Not being one, but a fan nonetheless. What was it? Went to a Swatch boutique. They had one of the moon swatches. Did not buy it. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
the fad is over. It's fine. To me, it's just a waste of money. Right now, it wasn't before. Hype is gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I think we went to Wempe. Wempe
Mm-hmm.
was really nice. They had a
Yeah.
big floor. Went to Cartier,
Yeah.
uh, and then hit Wind Up in the
Yeah.
afternoon, late
Oh,
afternoon.
so you hit up wind up on because watch time on Friday was more
It
like
was
a
a dinner
formal, yeah, dinner cocktail, right?
yeah, cocktail dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. So now Wolfie, did you also go to wind up on Friday?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
only 30 minutes maybe.
Only 30 minutes. Now was it jam packed on Friday or was it just
Yeah, yeah,
It
was
was
yeah.
crowded.
pretty
Yeah.
full. Yeah, in the afternoon when I got there.
Yeah, Wolfgang, anything that appeal to you? I know it's not your style of brands, many of the brands that were there, but was there anything there that you could say, hey, that's something that I could
Mm,
be
not
interested in?
really. I mean,
No, no,
I had to pick the one you have. The Vertex was probably my favorite I saw there.
yeah, yeah,
What else was there? Dane I
mm-hmm,
saw for the first time.
yeah. What did you think about Notre Dame seeing it in person for the first
Yeah,
time?
I don't know how much they are.
Yeah,
If the money is reasonable, I guess they're interesting. The color dials and
yeah,
nothing really. Compared
gotcha.
to what we saw at watch time later next day. It's just totally different thing.
Yeah, yeah. What about you, Dave? What were some of your impressions that first day at Wind Up?
Um, it was pretty positive for a few brands. I did not care for most. I
Yeah.
think I've made my thoughts pretty clear about that.
Mm,
Formex, Christopher Ward, Minaze,
mm-hmm.
um, Fierce Watches, Hanhart was good.
Yeah. Oh,
Fierce.
Hanhart was there? I totally missed Hanhart.
Hanhart was
Okay.
there.
Okay. Um, Mike is saying that he liked that Laco GMT. It was semi-interesting. Menezes was fine. I heard a couple of positive thoughts on Menage. I saw them and it was kind of like just like I thought they were okay in person, right? I'm not really sure what why people are so into it as well. I mean, like everybody has their own taste, but I thought the dials were nice. And maybe I didn't take as much time as I would have liked because I got there on Saturday. So let's slow it up a little bit. Okay, so Saturday morning, we all meet up. I mean, we got a crew, man. We got like maybe what like at least a dozen people, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
more
maybe
than a
maybe
dozen.
more, maybe
Yeah.
more. Yeah, yeah. And we got there roughly around the same time at 11 a.m.
Oh,
and we walked in. Yeah.
we
Sorry.
entered watch time with a bang.
Yeah. We totally did. Yeah. It was fun. Like, the crew that we had. But it felt like as soon as we walked in, now the event it was in a nice little place. What was the hotel? The Gotham
Gotham
New York
MGM
Hall.
City,
Gotham
Gotham
Hall.
Hall,
Yeah.
and very nice place. And as soon as you walked in, you checked in, right? And they make sure that your name was there, and you got some brochures. And then you walked into the room, and the room like a round room, right? Did you guys? Yeah, yeah. And so like I felt like as soon as I walked in, I lost everybody.
Yeah.
But it was okay. It was okay because the first place I went, and I'll tell you like the first thing that caught my eye, and it's you're gonna laugh at me, because of all the brands that were there, but they were like right near the entrance, and it's a brand that I'm kind of like interested in, and that was Reservoir, which is I think they're Swiss-made watches, but the company's from France, and they have the retrograde minute with the jumping hour complication. on it, very motorsports inspired, and I just love that look. You know, it's very reminds me of a lot of Genta watches, Gerald Genta specific watches, like his brand, with the jumping hour and the retrograde minutes and seconds and whatnot. And I stood there. And with a couple of the guys, the CEO and I guess another investor or salesperson, for a good 10, 15 minutes, and they like were happily talking to me about the watches, and that was generally the experience I had with everybody there. That everybody was happy to talk to me. You know what I mean? Or happy to talk to anybody. You know about it. What Wolfgang? What caught your eye first, and what was your overall experience um,
I can't.
at that
I
show?
think we went to Chapek first,
Yeah,
but
which was all the way at the opposite end of the entrance, right?
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know why we went there. Maybe because it was still kind of early on, and Rick wanted to introduce us to the CEO. I think that we
yeah.
kind of headed right there. But I had the same experience, kind of. We all walked in together, and
Yeah.
then kind of like it all dispersed. But
Yeah.
it's not big, so you
Hmm.
constantly keep running into other people,
Sure.
and I I I mean, time flew by. The probably I was there like on Friday, 2 hours maybe,
Hmm.
and I didn't even see half the brands.
Yeah.
You just, I don't even know what we did all the time.
Yeah.
Talked to
Yeah. Yeah.
people, met people,
Yeah.
a lot of interesting watches on wrists of guys that we met. Not
Hmm.
only at the brands. So I didn't like Reservoir. I had planned on, and both days I never stopped there. I
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even go there.
Yeah.
But overall it was, I think it's a trip well worth making. It's,
Yeah.
it's the right size. It's not
Hmm.
too crowded. It's like you said, you get access to basically everything. I mean, Dib
Hmm.
and me, we talked to Kari Voutilainen,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
it was
the
a fan
guy was
moment.
by himself, two
Yeah.
watches, and me, Kevin, and Dib were there talking to him. It's
Yeah.
almost like a
And Mike
surreal
too. Yeah.
experience. And it's basically at all the brand booth. It's the same experience. You just That's what it's made for. It's just there's no, you can talk to anybody. You can try on a Grubel that's hundreds of thousands of dollars, and uh, that makes it kind of a very consumer friendly experience compared to some of the way bigger fairs they have in Switzerland. So I liked it. I think I'll probably come back in the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah. For sure. Um, Dib, what struck you initially at first? Like, what did you gravitate to? And then
Uh,
what was your overall
Honestly,
experience? Yeah.
price no object, pretty much all of the MBNFs. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if I could get like seven MBNFs or all of them in front of me, I'd be happy. But realistically, the ones which really impressed me and something which I can achieve for in the future is a Armin Strom.
Yeah.
What's it called? Constant Force something.
Yeah.
Then the Brigade Tradition.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the Chapek Kwai de Burg in the 38.5 millimeter size. Now, I was a bit disappointed that it did not have the same level of finish on the case as the 40, the bigger one,
Yeah.
but it's still very nice. What else? Saw a couple of Arnold and Sons,
Mm-hmm.
really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Glasuta original, you know,
Oh yeah.
the unsung heroes of the watch world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent finishing, excellent everything.
Yeah.
Then Chopard was a huge hit for me because I always wanted to see the LUC Chopard line, and they had like a couple of the watches there.
Yeah.
Tastefully done, very restrained in design. Some of them with a little bit of whimsy. Like it was a whole package. I was floored by their LUC line. Not so
Mm-hmm.
much the Alpine Eagle. I'm not a big fan of that entire line, but anything LUC, like I give it a thumbs up. Yeah.
Yeah. I also um, beeline to Chopard rather early because I love the LEC line. And I wish they had more. I wish they had more, to be honest with you, to showcase. Now that Eagle, Desert. What's it called? The Chopard. What's it? What's that? What's that? The integrated bracelet watch called?
The Alpine Eagle.
Alpine Eagle.
Alpha,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, I had zero interest in it based on renders and pictures, but when I saw it in person, I was I was impressed. Not like super impressed, but like it was going. It was like zero interest, zero appeal to like, huh? That's actually a pretty nice, and I kind of like it now. I'd never buy it. It's not for me, but I was pleasantly surprised about my reaction in person with the Alpine Eagle for sure. Glashute, awesome, great looking watches. You're right, the unsung hero of the watch world. The finishings are great. Breguet was almost right there in the beginning, right there in the front when you walked in, and seeing all the tradition lines and the classic lines, and just looked great. Just a bummer about the new Marine line. I'm just not a big fan of those Romans.
Mm.
I like more the older Marines that like something like Amin has. Very much more pleasant for me to in my eyes. RGM, I was really excited to see that they were there and impressed. American company, kind of want to support them as well, and they brought one of those Guilloche engines there with them, and so you got to see it there, and it was actually pretty cool. Much smaller than I thought it would be, but maybe they vary in different sizes. But it was cool to see that they were right next to Chopek. So it was nice to have those two together. But then you also had like brands. Yet I mean, Seiko was there. Yeah, G-Shock was there. So it definitely ran from like Seiko and G-Shock all the way up to like MB&F, right? And so just a lot of fun, hanging out, and then hanging out with you guys and seeing. Also impressed with Armstrong too. Didn't even think of anything of them, seeing the pictures. Didn't really get what people were making a fuss about. But then I saw it in person. I was like, whoa, hold up here, Bobby Legs. That's nice looking here. Let's get to the chat real quick, and then I want to have a conversation about the upstairs room with Wolfie at that place. Peter C. saying Hanhart was being manned by the Watch Guys people. Oh, okay. I
Mm.
missed those. I wish I'd known or paid attention. Um, let's see here, scrolling. Everybody, hey, Nilo's here. 5280. How you doing, Nilo? What's going on? Um, I'm insane. Amazing talking one-on-one with RGM, Kai Lana, Max Busser, and many brand founders and CEOs. Very cool, right, guys? I mean, um, Mr. Casio, can each panel member give one fact or new awareness that came from the show? Like I'm saying, MBNet Bulldog being supremely wearable. Dib.
That would be my assessment too, because I'm limited in wrist, like wrist presence, like real estate. The Bulldog was really nice. The Grubel 4C, uh, the one with the globe in it, I think it's the 20, the GMT. Well, their version of a dual time, that was incredibly wearable. Then um, I wore a Breguet Tradition Fuse and chain, was pretty wearable for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I would say um, had a couple of what's it? Um, the Chapek 40 millimeter watch. Yeah, it's 40, but it's still an integrated bracelet. So it wore fine on my skinny wrist. I mean, there were many watches which were like the way the case is designed, or the way there are no lugs on it. Like those were like real surprises, because you feel those watches are big.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they are 50, 60, 100,000, $200,000 watches. Who cares how they wear? You have the money, go for it. It's
Yeah.
like, why do I care how it feel? I mean, how it looks. I can afford 100K worth of watch. Like, get the f out. Like
Yeah.
I can afford
Ooh.
that.
Yeah. True. True. Well,
Yeah.
if anything you came away with that may have surprised
Um,
you, or
I mean, a real surprise was that I liked one MBNF as much that I thought, I mean, it's too expensive probably, but I would actually like to own it. That
yeah,
was the one. I think it's nominated with, it was on the right rubber. It's I think it was released this year with a kind of glacier blue dial under the
uh-huh,
dome.
uh-huh,
I did not think, on pictures, I never thought MBNF would be for me, but that
yeah,
piece on the wrist, I thought, wow,
yeah,
actually like to have it. That was probably the biggest surprise.
yeah,
I kinda knew that LUC show part was good,
yeah,
but to see in some of the stuff they made or they had there, like the high end, complication pieces, which I wouldn't buy, but it kind of proved my suspicion that that brand is hugely underrated.
mm-hmm,
And it's basically their own fault. They mix themselves. Most of the ADs carry that lower priced Millia, the other
yeah,
line.
mm-hmm,
I mean, the Alpine Eagle kind of landed them on the collectors are looking at them more. But as far as the other stuff,
yeah,
they're really, really good. I mean,
yeah,
like you said, I was there with him a bit, and that stuff is really good. I mean, they don't need to shy away from any comparison with
mm,
anybody. It's just that they're kind of, you know, where the sales point for the stuff. Like
yeah,
we were at Wempe later on, they didn't even have any of those. They
yeah,
had the other stuff. Most ADs don't have that. They're probably in the boutiques only, but they're very, hard to find.
yeah,
So, but the products they make, it's really good.
yeah. Kind of, you know. Now I don't want to. I don't want to make this comparison, but it's almost like they're almost on the same line as like Parmigiani, right? Like like kind of underrated, by most people, right? Maybe
Overall,
specific watch collectors, yeah, know Parmigiani, right? But like great finishing. Both have great finishing. Both seem to take like a pretty decent hit on the secondary. Um, but
Parmesan with the new ones, not as much anymore.
yeah,
But
yeah, they've moved ahead a little bit, of course.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
only
But I mean,
only
like,
the Tondas.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, yeah. So Chopard definitely one of the stars of the show for me. Um, KR Joy's here. Hey, you doing, KR Joy? Hey, Detroit Spartans here. Hey, Scott. Scott's got a question here for you guys. He's struggling to pick between getting a custom RGM, a Patek, or a Breguet as my new watch. What would you guys say to Scott after? I mean, because you saw the RGMs, um, Wolfie
So
and you
Amis,
guys are, yeah. I mean, you guys are, well, but you saw, RGM was at the show,
yeah, yeah.
Breguet was at the show. Right. I mean, I know you have some experience, at least going to and seeing Paddocks, Wolfie, and
Isn't
Dib.
this RGM? Is he talking about like a price point high up there for RGM, same price point?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure what Scott is, and maybe Scott can answer that, but um, I mean, a custom RGM. I mean, like you're probably looking at least 10,000, right, for a custom RGM, at least. Um, a Paddock or Breguet. So, with let's say like a custom RGM, a Calatrava, or a Tradition, like between those two. Let's narrow it down. I'm helping Scott out here and throwing out those kind of like comparisons. What
Okay.
would you guys say?
So Scott says around the 30,000 price
Okay,
point.
okay,
Okay.
I think for
that's a lot
30,000,
for RGM, right?
Yeah, that
yes.
must
I
be like
mean,
a custom super high end.
Yeah.
I think probably the finishing on the RGM will be better. But personally, knowing what Patek I can get at 30,000 or Breguet, I choose Breguet. And this
Mm.
is not me being a fanboy. The Pateks I want, I mean, they're not 30K.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they are 40 plus. So the Pateks you can get at 30,000 are Pateks I don't want. Like, it's a very simple color Trava. I want something better than that. Like if you just go back 10 to 12 years from the Breguet catalog, you will find so many Breguets. Like
Hmm.
and like you have a plethora of options, like chronograph, moon phase, annual calendar. I won't say perpetual, but like there's so many options to choose from. So it depends on yeah, so he's saying a particular travel. No, it's not worth it for me. Like I saw all of them. Again, like the Patek is a really good watch. Uh, no, I mean hands down like Breguet. But again, like I don't know what type of finishing RGM offers or 30K.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
how good is it? So
yeah,
I mean, I saw the ones which were there and they look pretty good to me.
yeah.
But like given that Breguet has a bigger name and Patek is something I mean the price point for a Patek at 30K, I'm stuck in the middle. I'm
Yep.
neither here nor there.
Yeah.
I want a old time or I want the annual calendar or the
Yeah.
weekly calendar and they're not 30K.
Yeah.
So I'd if I had 30K I'd spend it on a
I,
On a
I
Breguet.
I'd say, RGM. I don't know how they're gonna look like, and it's a different thing. It's independent. It's smaller.
Hmm.
But I saw the Calatrava, the one I wanted, the 6119. It's about 30,
Mhm.
and for about 30, let's go by retail numbers. You get a tradition. Uh,
I think the annual calendar is 33, that brand new one. So let's compare it to that.
which one?
The new annual calendar. Let me see.
The Patek.
No, no, no. The Breguet.
The Breguet. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I'm
Okay.
talking tradition. I'm talking
Yeah.
tradition. The
Okay.
one I'm gonna get, the what's it called? The jumping seconds.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
also about 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 33, the retrograde, I think.
Yeah, the retrograde. So it's about you get pre-owned Brigade would be a lot cheaper.
Hmm. Hmm.
First of all, totally different watches. I
Hmm.
mean, the one is simple, the other one is the opposite of simple.
Hmm.
But to me, that's not even close. After
Hmm.
seeing them both, it's the Patek is not in comparison to what the tradition is.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
will Breguet, if he has 30K,
Hmm.
tradition all the way.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we have a sweep here. And I would go Breguet as well. After seeing them in person, um, again, but having it fresh in my mind. They're just beautiful, beautiful watches, and I get it. You know what I mean? Like I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. You're gonna be drinking the Kool-Aid, or you're trying to drink the Kool-Aid, aren't you, Deb? The
No,
Brigade.
I mean, I so here's the thing, like a Breguet is usually out of my price range. It's
Hmm.
not a price I play in, and
Hmm.
I saw the Patek that Wolfie saw, and I've seen RGM, and again, like I have like I'm not somebody who gives attention to small independents that much, especially because I know Breguet will continue for the next 100 years. I don't
Yeah.
know if RGM will survive, and if I buy anything in that price range, it's not going to be a flip. It's not going to go in 1 year's time. So I need something which needs to last me for at least 5 to 10 years easily, because that's my aspirational piece. Like if I'm spending 30 grand, like again, like with Patek, I like the world time, I like the weekly calendar that our friend Rick has, and they're not at that price point. So if I wanted a Patek, I'd save save more money if I can. If
Hmm.
not, if you have already reached that mental block, like okay, I won't spend any more, then I think Breguet is a good option.
Yeah.
And
Joey
again, like,
B's. Yeah. Sorry.
you can get better deals on Breguet any day.
Absolutely.
Pre-owned, insane deals.
Yep. Insane. Insane.
So
Joey B saying spending 10K, go RGM, 20K, go Brigade, 30K, go Patek. Group of 4C is really nice, but I'm a bracelet guy. That's what Time Hill is saying. Um, let's see here.
Get the money.
Justice, get the Super RGM and spend the rest on more watches. uh, Women says they could do a simple custom RGM with gear shape for like $8,000. That caught my attention. Question to Wolfie. Money no bar. Would you choose a D Bethune or an MBNF now? Now I know the Di Bethune that you were gaga over. Um,
Yeah, I answered him in the chat. DB.
okay,
Yeah, yeah,
TB. Okay, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You were smitten. You were so smitten that day at Watchbox when you
yeah.
were holding that
I don't
watch.
know. You saw them. I don't know. We talked
Yeah.
about back then what how you felt about them, but I wasn't the only one that didn't really think much about them until I had them in
Hmm.
my hand.
Yeah.
Then I
Yeah.
got the bug. Now I get it.
Yep.
I don't know how
Absolutely.
you felt, but to me it was like an aha moment after seeing them in the metal.
Yeah.
I wish they would have. I mean, they basically, if I would have a choice for next year, what they need to bring on, or let's say two pieces, they need Moser and DB there.
Yeah.
Those two brands would have been the perfect addition.
Paul loving LUC. There you go, Scott. Maybe you go for a cheaper RGM and a used Brigade.
Yeah, makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
That
Buy
makes a
the
lot of
one
sense.
Armin has. The RGM from Armin is absolutely outstanding. I think that's about 10K.
Yes.
And get a
Yep.
used edition, and that kills any 30K Protect.
Yeah, Chaz is saying better get that Brigade early before Amin Reviews bump fully kicks in. It's starting to kick in. Um, let's see here. I'm scrolling. Okay. I think I've caught up with the chat. Anyway, so finally on watch time, I want to talk about Wolfie on that Saturday, like taps me on the shoulder or arm. It's like, oh, you want to go upstairs? Elongan's on us upstairs, so we went upstairs and then you saw the watch, that you know that you love that Zeitwerk and man, those watches are great. Wolfie, what are your chances of the site work? Is that going to be a possibility one day? Is that a reality for you?
Uh, It's a lot of money. That's
Yeah.
basically the only thing in the way. We
Hmm.
talked about it before. Do you spend 100K on one piece, or or you buy whatever 10 or seven great watches at lower prices?
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Yeah. Yeah. I
what's
gotcha.
more what's more joyful in the collecting life?
Yeah.
It's I have a hard time spending that much money on one thing. I don't even buy a car that expensive.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
So I do. I mean, it was awesome that they had the Zeitwerk date there. I've been
Yeah.
dreaming of seeing one. Lately there've been none to see in boutiques or 80s, and that was awesome to see it. It was as good as I thought it was. Now with the new release, now they released a new one. It's a little smaller,
Hmm.
but probably still a good size even for me. Same power reserve. I kind of prefer the look without the date. I don't need the date on it, but the Sidework date is like 10 or 15K more, and it has a bigger case. So
Yeah.
it'd be hard to pick, but I probably, if I ever would go that way, probably go for the new rose gold. Skip the
Mm.
date,
Yeah.
get the rose gold. I like rose gold and black.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean that's the same combination for your Glass Youth, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. If you ask me what is my favorite color combination on a watch,
Yeah.
I no question it's a rose gold case with a black dial. If
Wow.
I had my ask,
Yeah.
any color Trava, everything they would make
Hmm. Hmm.
be that type of combination. I just
Oh
love.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's yeah a Tanda Parmigiani Tanda. If I love that kind of combination when I see
Yeah,
that rose gold and the
yeah,
black dial. Oof.
So
It's great.
that's the combination tradition that I fell in love with. Rose gold with a black dial.
Mm.
The Breguet Boutique has one new old stock, and again, like it's 26,600 retail.
Mm.
You can get it used for 14,000.
Wow.
But that's a significant drop in value.
Oof.
Like
I
at
know.
14,000. I mean, I'm not saying that 26.6 is not worth it.
Right.
It's but you know that you're losing half the value.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
And I'm not talking buying a naked watch. It's box and papers.
yeah,
So
yeah. Hey, AB's here. Good to see you, AB. Um, if Wolfie ever consolidated, it's game over for these DBs. Time Hill was very impressed with Parmigiani. I've,
Me,
from you two, yeah, not you, right, Dib? Well, not all of what they had impressed you. Is that correct?
the Parmigiani Tonda GT, I think that I liked all of the rose gold models. The steel models, I don't know. I won't say the word cheap because they're definitely not cheap. They're very well finished, but for some reason I just did not connect with it.
Yeah,
The rose gold ones, yes, in a heartbeat,
yeah, yeah,
yes.
let me add to this quickly, and then Dip
yeah.
can go finish. I don't know if you guys were there. They showed Katie the latest piece that's nominated for
Mm.
the GPHG,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
gold with the little diamond
Yep.
indices,
Hmm.
no date, and smaller,
Yeah.
like 36. And she was all over that piece.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
was wanted to burn down the collection, sell everything she had. She was totally fangirling like crazy. And I gotta admit that that watch is it's almost perfect for smaller wrists. So
Yeah,
you gotta the diamonds, you gotta like them, but
yeah,
color combination, the thinness, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's world class. It
yeah.
beats almost anything in that price category,
Mm.
because the smaller case, that on the bigger one, the dial looks kind of empty.
Hmm. Yeah,
Smaller,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
the little diamond sparkles on it. It just
yeah,
makes it perfect. It's a knockout piece.
yeah.
So
Was that?
the new CEO that they have for a year
Yeah.
or two, the guy knows what he's doing.
Was that before or after she wanted to burn everything down for that brigade that I saw her?
Yeah, well, with the with the brigade, yeah, with the brigade, she wasn't at the point of burning everything down, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's Katie, and once she saw the Parmigiani, she said, "I don't want the brigade anymore." It's boring. It's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
you know
Gotcha. Hey, Tennessee Mike, how are you? What's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, rose gold and black, 100%. Agreed. Um, AB wants to join the Zeitword talk. Okay, sure. AB, here you go. Sorry, I didn't catch your um, post sooner. Dibs unimpressed. Joby, that makes sense. Finny wears his Zeitwerk when Wolfie's in Austria, and Wolfie gets it when in the US done. Yeah, there you go. Easy claim PF Tonda Rose Gold with the blue dial is the best config, especially the chrono. Okay. Uh, uh, yeah, Peter C was Katie was beaming when she saw that watch.
yeah,
Um,
she went
uh,
nuts there for a minute or two.
Katie was ready to burn down a few Rolex to get the PF. Wow.
Yeah,
Very, very impressed. Very, very impressive. Um, Scott's saying that the Parmigiani Memory Time GMT is the best watch.
with
Um,
the blue dial, the Rattrapont or whatever they call it.
right, right. I think that's the one.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Dib, circling back to wind up. You got to see your buddy Beans. Um, what are you did you like Reef? I mean, Formex. I mean, was there other ones that I think you mentioned a couple brands earlier in the stream? Um, but was there anything really, really that you walked away with and said, that's kind of interesting. I like that. That
The
was
only thing I walked away from was Long Island watches, and I want them to burn down. That's just filthy crap. Like when you go to a high school, like sorry, like little school, tell the little kids, "Hey, kids, we have to do some drawings. Like here are some crayons." And the next day, hello, man. Like my supplier from China, I got new designs. Come on, man. I need them. I need them down. They were flying off the racks. and like he could not keep them. I mean, like the amount of, the saddest thing was there's a competent product in Minaze, and they're right beside Long Island watches
Yeah.
with those watches, and it's offensive to the point where my good friend Kevin had to drag me, like to the booth to see the watch. I'm like, I don't want to see it. I'd rather see somebody peeing in Times Square, like a homeless person. That's appealing to me. So yeah, I
Wow.
can do it. I mean,
Wow.
like my annoyance with it is, like he makes a mockery of all the micro brands that are there who are trying to do something unique in their own way. Like
Yeah.
whatever it is, like Wood watches, like William Wood and all those watches, they're doing something. This guy is just, done, watch done.
Yeah.
Like, man, yeah. But anyhow, like, my highlight from that show was for Christopher Ward, number one. Number two would be Formax. I
Hmm.
met Mike Franz, the CEO of Christopher Ward. Really
Man,
impressed.
screw Christopher Ward.
Oh,
Christopher Ward absolutely sucks. You guys
No,
want to
no,
know what
no.
happened? You want to know what happened with me with Christopher Ward?
wh-
Um,
what's going on here? Go ahead.
I mean,
I'm gonna I'm gonna
you
come in with a rant here, real quick. I bought a Christopher Ward recently as a gift to my dad. He's not really a watch guy, so he wanted, I wanted to get him something solid. And so I got the case engraved and I sent it to them. And I engraved something special for my dad. It said, my father, my mentor, my hero, right? So I had that engraved, paid them extra, waited a long time to get it. I got the watch finally, and I was supposed to gift it to him literally the next day. And as I was checking the watch, it said, my father, my mentor, my he, just HE.
mistakes happen. I have
Just
bought
You don't know.
20
HE.
It's a
watches.
Christopher Ward. You don't have a Sharpie. Get out
I
of here,
mean,
dude.
I tried using
Dismissed.
a butter knife, but it didn't work.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, come on. Just
My-
you can finish. You can finish it out for them. They don't even have real watchmakers there.
uh,
That
No,
well,
that sucks,
that's
man.
true.
I'm just kidding. That sucks.
yeah.
No, it
Yeah, I
was it
mean,
was kind of funny, when a brand forces you to end up buying a Tag Heuer, you know that you're really upset. So,
oh man.
um,
Oh boy.
but yeah,
Oh boy.
Oh, that was directed at
honestly,
me. Oh, that went right over my head. I'm sorry, dude.
but honestly, I'm supposed to be working, but I want to procrastinate. I heard you guys talking about Zeitwerk, so thought I'd hop on for
Yeah, yeah. Give us
And
your
we
give
haven't
us
we
your thought,
haven't
IP.
talked about Zeitwerk yet. We've just heard complaining. Go ahead, man.
I mean, look, to be honest with you, I'm a big Longa guy.
Yeah.
I love Longa, but they was a very boring release. And one thing that I've been recommending ever since they did it was the rose gold it's okay. It's kind of boring. The platinum, I'm not really sure why they did that because it's the same dial. I was expecting a blue dial or something different, but they discontinued this one, the
Yeah.
black OG. Um, and with the discontinuation of this OG, I don't know if they're gonna come back with this one, but this is the one I believe is the best Zeitwerk currently. Even with the new releases, couple of updates in the movements and everything. I'm using my phone,
Yeah.
so I'm sorry for the
That's all
quality.
right. It's all right. Still a beautiful watch. We know how beautiful that watch is.
Yeah, it's an
Yes.
amazing watch, and the reality is with the Zeitwerk, there is some updates with the movement. I don't think they made it any less. It's a reliable watch to a certain degree. But the OG Zeitwerk, I believe it's going to be very collectible. I've handled the date and I've handled the striking time, and both of them are really cool. But in essence, I feel like the OG Zeitwerk is really cool. The way they just made the way the movement is kind of constructed and the way they did it, for example, as opposed to the Paul Weber using the remontoire to have the date jump every or the minute jump every 60 seconds, as opposed to using what I think the Paul Weber uses, like a cam system similar to the chronographs essentially to have that date, or sorry, the minute jump.
Hmm.
Um, I think it's just the purest Zeitwerk you could consider. The rose gold is cool, but I think they upped the retail price to $100,000+, which
Yeah,
is absolutely insane.
yeah. Well, well, thanks for jumping in and letting us know, AB. That's some good info. Um, Paul, I wanted to get your thoughts if you're still there. Looks like somebody assassinated Paul or something like that. Like, is his camera? Anyway, so while Paul comes back, hey, guys, I promised you guys in the beginning of the stream that I'm going to be doing a giveaway, right? I got four different straps here, and I want to, give away for you guys for being here and supporting me in these live streams. Now, here is what you need to do, right? Oh, looks like Paul dropped out. Um, let's kick him from the studio. No, let's sorry guys. Let me remove from stream here and add Paul back. All right, Paul. I can't. We can't see you. Try coming in and out again. Um, so what I want to do is, and how we're going to determine the winner. Wolfie is a big IWC guy, right? Um, Now I need you guys to guess, right? And the first person who gets the answer right will win all these straps here. These four straps. How many IWCs does Wolfie have in his collection? So just type it in, and the winner, the first person to get the answer right, will win these straps. So hopefully we'll get some participation from the chat. Paul,
Yeah. I was
what is
getting my
going on?
American Girl doll. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I just had to say I got my daughter an American Girl doll, and I want to respond to Joe. Joe's the creepiest thing in my life. Two people sat down next to us young with no children and three American Girl dolls at the cafe, and they fed them and talked to them, and they had no kids with them, and it was the strangest thing I've ever seen.
All right. Yeah. And it's very, very awkward now. Thanks, thanks, Paul. Okay, so Paul, before we get back to you, Johnny McJohnface, love the name. You won. 7 is the right number. Please
Oh, we're
email
not there.
me at bobbylegs1791@gmail.com, or my Instagram is in the description below. So if you want to message me through Instagram, I'll get these out to you. Thank you. Congratulations to Johnny McJohnface. That's a great name, Johnny McJohnface. Paul, thoughts on wind up? Shoot.
A few brands were cool: Fortis, Formex, CW, and Minazzi. Even though their case was like a Claire's plastic, like I would buy plastic earrings for my daughter case. Like they
Yeah.
really need to step up their game for presentation. Other than that, yeah, Formex was pretty much the biggest standout for that.
Yeah.
Breguet at the other show, Breguet, Chopik. I went by Reservoir. The car stuff was cool. They're not really for me, but I appreciated it. Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Good. Thanks, man. And it was great meeting you and your daughter, man. It was awesome. It was awesome to see you guys there, and we had a blast. AB, before we wind up, what's new with you, man? How's watch business? How's photography going? Good?
Chilling, man. Well,
Yeah.
first of all, I didn't realize I hopped in the end. Sorry
Oh yeah.
for
No,
being late.
it's okay. Better late than
I
never.
usually play your live streams actually always. It kind of helps me work.
Yeah.
Hearing all the shit talking about watches, and it's always fun. But then I heard Zeitwerk and I wanted to hop on. But no,
Yeah. Yeah.
business is it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's really good. Definitely very interesting.
Hmm.
Things are shifting a lot. I'm not used to holding Royal Oaks and Rolexes and selling independents like crazy. It's
Yeah.
so weird to me.
Yeah.
Like I would have expected it to be the other way around.
Well,
I'm doing
that's interesting. Like, so let's get back. Let's talk about like sales and what's that like. And obviously you can not answer the questions or whatnot. But I mean, first of all, the big question in the room. I mean, the elephant in the room. I mean, has things slowed down reflecting the economic situation that's going on in the world with inflation and whatnot,
Yes.
and uncertainty, has watch sales slow down in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, right? Every single month, we're trying to gauge. Um, Essentially, we're trying to read the market and what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And truth be told, I have no idea. And
Yeah.
people that go on YouTube, I could go and make another video about, oh, the watch market is crashing and like all
Yeah.
that crap. But realistically, if you listen to every single video, all those guys actually don't know what they're talking about. The reason
Mm,
is nobody actually knows what's happening in the industry.
mm,
A lot of people that I work with, that I do a lot of business with, that are really well known, really big dealers. We chat all the time, and the reality is, those people that I talk to, let's just say they're kind of the top dealers, they don't even know what's happening with sales. And I know my answer is sounding political, but last month, for example, was very, very, very different from the month before that, and very, very different from this month as to what is moving and what is selling,
yeah.
right? The first thing that I saw that affected the market, obviously, the stock market heavily affects this. Real
Crypto,
estate,
right?
crypto, but the majority is Asia,
Mm-hmm.
specifically China.
Mm-hmm.
China is an absolute monster, and obviously, with everything going on over there, things have slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
And whether people like to realize it or not, the US is not the biggest buyers, right?
Mm-hmm.
For every 10 sales, two of them are here in the US.
Oh,
You know,
okay. That's interesting.
majority is Middle East,
Uh-huh.
Singapore,
Okay.
Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Like majority of sales, literally for every 10, probably two or three are here in the States. It's
Wow.
it's kind of weird. So when you have a lot of things going on in Europe, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things, people ignore that there's a war. Not going to talk about
Yeah.
that. People ignore all that stuff. Um, all those exterior factors do affect the watch market, especially when it comes to Rolexes, APs, and so on, because that's what a lot of the Asian market, for example, that's what they buy.
Mm-hmm.
And also, forget about what they buy. People don't think about the other side, what they liquidate, right?
Mm.
I was very close to buying a Daytona ceramic. I just kind of wanted to buy one because I'm getting married next month, so I
Mm-hmm.
decided I'll find
Congrats.
Congrats.
a mass thanks, and I'll find some mass produced dignity, right, for that watch.
Yeah.
But the results I saw in the ceramic Daytona in private auctions, which is dealer auctions, um, I took a very, very big step back
Yeah.
from what I saw. Like it surprised me. And the reason it kind of surprised me, but not really, is because people always consider, okay, the guys aren't buying, but they tend to forget to consider what they're liquidating. And
Yeah.
that is, at the moment, heavily Rolex, AP to a certain degree, Patek to a certain degree, but especially Rolex, right?
Yeah.
And these private auctions, I'm seeing I'm seeing probably 30 Panda Daytonas per auction.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before, when I would look, we'd all be bidding on probably four or five of them.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so I think in terms of what's happening to the market, I think it's picking up this
Okay.
month for
It's
sure.
picking
It
back up.
has
Okay.
picked up. If I had to guess, and if I had to really indicate with what's happening in the market, I think November, December is going to be great, in my
Oh,
opinion. It's
okay.
going to be great for the watch industry. The sales, the size of the sales that I'm doing, is very, you know, it's really good at the moment. But I think this is one of those things where November, December, it's Christmas, it's holidays,
Mm-hmm.
people are spending, people don't mind spending. But then come January, actually, then come February, I think February, March, and April,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to devastate. And I know this is harsh and nobody likes to say it, but I think it's going to devastate a lot of dealers that can't handle, in my opinion, what's going to happen during those months.
Okay. Okay. So you see, Christmas season, a ramp up, business will be good, watches will be sold, and then come the new year, you know, um, the fact that there's quantitative tightening going on here in the States,
Hmm.
the inflation figures are what they are. It's finally going to really, really hit everybody next year, and as well as watch sales. What do you what do you? Is there a segment that is doing very well? Is it independence? You kind of alluded that in the beginning. Is it independence?
Hmm.
Is it the super high end? It sounds like Rolex is getting liquidated a lot in your groups, but on your site, what is selling the most?
So obviously, Rolexes are selling right now. I feel like last month and the month before, the reason they weren't selling is because people didn't come into the realization that they have to lower the prices. Rolex is like certain prices are not where they used to be. Um, and so I think this month a lot of Rolexes have been moving. I want to get that out of the way because people have finally come to terms with the fact that the prices have gone down, right? And the sooner you realize that, the better for everybody.
Yeah,
Once you lower the prices, people start buying again. If you're
yeah,
trying to hold that crazy price of 35,000, 40,000 for a Panda Daytona, good luck. You
yeah,
know, um, what I'm seeing the most of is something that makes me really happy, and that is people are realizing true art and true rarity actually means, right? So when I have these independents specifically, I'm selling a lot of them,
yeah,
and the reason why is because people are starting to realize that there is true value and true value essentially in rarity, as opposed to, rarity when it comes to getting a Daytona. Then all of a sudden, now when the market is shifting, they're being liquidated and there's thousands and thousands of them in the market. So where is the true rarity there, um, as opposed to an independent, like, or even an independent brand. I won't say an independent watchmaker like Moser. Moser, um, like Omega will say limited edition of 5,000 pieces. That is literally 5 times the annual production of Moser.
yeah,
So when you're buying a Moser, um, sure, their marketing isn't great, but that's a different topic. But there is true rarity there,
yeah,
right? Then you start getting into ultra rarity, independence, Vianney Halter, carries and Debethunes and Jorns and so on. And that's what I feel has been moving recently. Although some are having price corrections right now, specifically Jorn. But that's what I've been selling a lot of. And if you
hmm
look at my site, on the sold section, you might not see a lot of independents. And I can tell you right now, the reason for that is those watches come in and I sell them before they even hit the site.
Gotcha, gotcha. Final question here: Are the deals better or worse around Christmas? Links wants to know.
Worse.
Okay, okay. So don't buy
Far,
around
far
Christmas.
worse.
Okay.
Except from me, because I'll have
Yeah,
great deals.
Um, well,
Nice.
guys, we're running out of time here. Wolfgang, any final thoughts on what Dib said on your weekend that you had? Um, what do you do? Are you buying more? You're in Vegas, right? Are you picking up something soon?
I'm getting
Anything?
the bouquet soon, so
Yeah, 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 yeah,
looking forward to that. But weekend was great.
yeah,
The meeting all you guys was great.
yeah,
The show
yeah,
was, definitely worth going.
yeah.
Probably gonna go again soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Very,
I'm looking forward again to next year and trying to meet up with you guys at some point. Or yeah, I'm not going to be able to make
maybe
it to Vegas, but
maybe
uh,
Dubai Watch Week. If
yeah,
we could get a group together for that one, that probably would top watch time. But we'll
yeah.
see.
Dib, any final thoughts?
If people want to see it again, go next year. It's really nice.
Yeah,
You get to learn a lot, and like it's a good experience if you're with friends. If you're
yeah,
alone, then even then it's not too bad.
yeah,
Yeah. So
I
I think
highly recommend spending a weekend with Dip. By the way, that was
yeah,
one.
yeah.
no, I'm not that exciting.
My favorite picture that I took over the weekend was of Wolfie and Dib, and Wolfie wearing a picture, wearing a shirt with Dib's picture on it, and his
I
face
hope
on it.
that's not coming up.
Yeah.
Well,
I
well,
No,
well,
sold
no.
sold a
wait.
ton of them.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Can't keep them in stock. Yeah,
Yeah. Paul, final there it is. Yeah. Great
that's awesome.
picture. Great picture. Love it. Paul, final thoughts on the weekend.
It, man, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Got to really chat with some people. See friends I had met for the first time.
Yeah.
See some really cool watches. Yeah, it was awesome. I'm never leaving my Explorer at home ever again. It's called an Explorer, so I'm bringing it next year.
Okay.
That just it still annoys me, bothers me. Anyways,
Fair,
that's all I got. Thank you.
fair enough. Fair enough. And AB, you couldn't make it. We didn't see you on watch time and wind up. Hopefully that's something you'll come up and do next year, man. You know what I mean?
Honestly,
Because
I was gonna do it this year, but
yeah,
you know,
get
so much
married.
going on. It's so
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
it's
get married next
difficult.
month. But well, hopefully you can make it next year, man, because you take some great picks, and we'd love to see what comes out of it. Anyway, guys, chat. Thank you so much for participating. Chat the panel always great panel. I feel like I'm very lucky to have you guys here, and periodically going to do some more periodic giveaways on the stream. I think that was fun. Guys, have a good night, and we'll see you on Friday. Take care.
All right.
Good night.
I guess.
Good.
See you guys.
Oh, thanks, Chris.